Hello Electroheads, welcome back to the channel. Eilis here, and today we are going to be taking a closer look at the Mercedes EQS SUV. Purpose-built from the ground up, this is an electrified SUV, and as we all know by the badging with Mercedes, the S stands for luxury. It stands for a first-class experience, and we're going to take a closer look at what that means today. But first, let me address the elephant in the room, and that is, yes, we're looking at a pretty bulky, pretty pricey, pretty, well, luxurious SUV. And there's a fair few of those out there already, isn't there? So is this just another one of those luxury SUVs, or does this go above and beyond? We're gonna take a closer look for ourselves. But before we go any further, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because if you love to hear more about electric cars or e-mobility, then this is the channel for you. So go on, click it. Click it. Well, first up, we really need to talk about the exterior. I mean, what a beautiful, beautiful looking car. Opalite white paint right here, which, it's beautiful, but it will come in other colors as well. In the UK, you are gonna be getting a 450 4MATIC or a 580 4MATIC. So you're only gonna be getting all-wheel drive. That will differ with different countries. And of course, the one we're looking at today is the top spec, the aptly named business class. I can see what Mercedes have done here. They've really chosen the right wording to really reflect what this car is offering. These running boards right here, I think obviously very useful because they help you step up into the car because it's pretty high. It's actually built off the same chassis as the EQS Saloon. So it's pretty much the same length and just a bit taller. And that extra height is all headroom, essentially. So that means you've got a lot more space inside the car, front and back. So as we go around as well, you can see the handlebars. Oh, so they just pop out like that when you touch them, and they're just illuminated. I don't know if you can really see that very well in this current beautiful studio lighting. And a cool added extra is that you can get keyless entry. So look, you can lock it as such and unlock it. Beautiful. So moving around to the back, you can see this beautiful sloping coupe line, and it's got a lovely rear spoiler here for aerodynamics. But speaking of aerodynamics, the running board that I mentioned earlier, this actually helps with the aerodynamics also. This has been taken from F1 technology. So the range on this is looking to be between 300 to 400 miles, depending on how you spec it out and what you choose. If you do go for the business class, this comes included, so you might get a few more miles for your buck. And as we're talking about styling, let's move around to my favorite angle of this car, and that is the front. It looks fantastic. So first up, this beautiful running daytime light here just really pops. And moving down a little bit, as you can see here, completely glossed over. The detailing this is absolutely gorgeous in person. I really wish you could just see it up right here, right now. It looks great. So with an ICE car, obviously you'll have the grille, which is there for air cooling and air intake to keep the engine, all the components nice and chilled. However, because this is a battery electric, you don't need that, and so therefore it just makes the styling of the car look absolutely beautiful, lovely and smooth and sleek. There's some lovely aggressive styling here as well. Love the lines of it. But my favorite part of all of this is the digital light. The digital light technology reacts to the environment that the driver is in to keep them aware and alert, particularly with any obstacles or hazards in the road. So what it will do is it will basically turn a spotlight onto something that you need to be made aware of. For example, a cyclist in the middle of the road, it will dim all the other lights and put just a slight spotlight onto the cyclist to make sure that you see them. And also, if a deer jumps into the middle of the road, the car's gonna see it and it's gonna let you know. So that is some incredible piece of technology. And that is something that you just do not see on your general SUVs. That is high class, business class, one might say, tech. And that is something that I personally would love to have as a driver. That really does elevate your driving experience to the next level. Around to the rear, you can see the lovely light bar on the back here. And I really love this detailing here, very similar to the halogen light bulb, the coil that you get in the middle. And of course, you have an electric tailgate, nonetheless. In the back here, literage, you get 565 litres with these seats folded down, and with all the seats folded down, you get 2,020 litres. Now let me demonstrate how huge this thing is. Wait, I need to fold these down first. Next, I want to talk about charging. So let's open this up. Electrically assisted, amazing. So this can take up to max capacity 200 kilowatts DC, which gets you from 10 to 80% charge in just 31 minutes. Now, that might sound like a fair bit of time actually compared to a lot of 10 to 80% can maybe be about 20 minutes, but remember, this has a big range. So if you've got a car that maybe has up to 400 miles, for example, on one charge, that's actually really decent, and it's going to be a great addition for those longer car trips. Already we have some really cool features on the exterior, but where this car really shines is the interior. So let's have a closer look. As you get into this vehicle, you suddenly start to realise exactly what class this car is. As we know, S-Class, this is a car for chauffeuring. This is ultimate luxury. And of course, the trim of this is business class, and it really does scream business, doesn't it? For example, economy flight to LA is going to cost maybe what, like $1,000? Business flight to LA, something like $7,000. It's very similar in terms of pricing for this car. So let's quickly talk about pricing. It's not confirmed as of yet, but it's looking to start at just under or around £130,000. Yes, it's a lot of oh my God. That pillow, I feel like I'm in some kind of like hotel suite right now. I mean, these seats are incredibly comfortable as well. I mean, how's a driver supposed to drive when I just want to drift off? Okay, but seriously, I know this does go against pretty much everything the channel stands for. It's expensive, it's bulky, it's definitely not accessible for the average buyer, and I hate that I love it, but I really, really do. It genuinely is a joy to be inside, and that's exactly what Mercedes are aiming for here. But we need to talk about the hyperscreen, don't we? This is absolutely ginormous. It spans the entire width of the interior, and as you can see, you have 3 screens. You've obviously got the instrument cluster here. You've got the screen in the middle, which has all your navigation systems and your radios and everything that you need to control the interiors and exteriors, yada, yada, yada. And you also have this 3rd screen here, which is for the passenger. So this actually mirrors the middle screen, so the passenger can actually put in the navigation so as to not distract the driver, which is awesome. A really nice little added feature there. And also the passenger can go on like YouTube or Netflix or something and just watch some programs whilst you're driving along. Remember that chauffeur experience that is in ear, right in ear. No, but seriously, I could talk about what's packed into the hyperscreen all day because there is so much in there, but I just want to talk about one really cool feature, and that is when the passenger is watching something whilst you're driving, the car is actually tracking your eyes. So if it sees that you look over to the screen, the car will tell you to, oi, you, stop, look up, back at the road. If you do it again, this screen will dim. I mean, it's pretty Big Brother-esque, isn't it? But this is just an example of where cars are headed now. This isn't just your standard car that you jump in and you drive off in. This is AI. In the sea of features, I just want to pinpoint 2 more because otherwise we will be here all day. And the first up is the fingerprint profiling right here. So just at the press of a button, it will read who the driver is and set the car up as custom to what you would like. So it will change the seating, the steering, it will also change the interior with the lighting, and even the hyperscreen will change to the layout as the driver would like it. And also, moving on to that second feature I was talking about is the head-up display. Mercedes have developed a next-level head-up display that makes information clear, simple, and totally VR-esque. For example, to keep your eyes on the road when you need to make a turn, the system will project large directional arrows into your field of vision, making it look like its arrows are floating right over the road. It's like you're in a video game. But before we move into the back of the car, I just had to, just talk about one more feature, just one more feature. I know there's just so many, but remember I said this is a chauffeur quality ride? Well, as a driver, you've got a few things that you can pull out your sleeve. So if you have a very annoying camera operator with you, like I do today, so what you can do is you can actually control the passenger seat and you can put them into a different dimension or a different time zone if they're really annoying you.
funny, is it?
Comfortable. Just a quick FYI, if you guys want to know a little bit more about the really cool tech that's in this car, then actually you can go and check out Tish's review of the EQS Saloon by clicking this link right here. She takes you through 6 of her favourite features. But now we are in the back, and I just want to quickly run through some really cool standout bits and bobs here that really does make this an S-Class ride. So first up, you can probably see right here the high-def screens that you get. Each passenger gets a screen, and you also get a tablet in the middle here as well, which you can use as a remote control. So you can even put in where you want to go, so you can let the driver know. You can watch chosen content, Electroheads, obviously. Obviously. You also get climate control in the back here as well. And I don't know if you can see, but in the back here, there are a couple of extra seats. So this is a 7-seater, which comes as standard here in the UK. And which obviously, that just sets it apart from a lot of the other SUVs on the market currently. If you're a big family, this is a no-brainer. And I think what we should do is get Cole in the back and see if it fits a grown adult. Should we put you in the back, Cole?
Me? What? Why me? Oh, it's actually very spacious.
Yes! Overall, there is loads of space back here, plenty of headroom for somebody who is 5'10", and FYI, you can actually move the seats independently. So if you've got long legs, short legs, doesn't matter who you're sitting with, you can change it up yourself, like so. Look at that. Oh, and did I mention as well, both seats are heated, and even the ones in the back as well, which are in a bloody different time zone. This thing is massive in it. And finally, I of course had to cover the obligatory Electroheads question that we get from you lot, and that is, how does the horn sound? Let's do it. That is abrupt. That is a statement. That is saying, I'm here, get out the road, move. That was especially loud, probably because we are in a studio. I'm gonna give that a solid 9 out of 10 there. Whoa. Mate, I think 10 out of 10 would be like a train horn. So what do I think? Well, this certainly is basically the family car version of the EQS Saloon. It's got more space, it's got more passenger capacity, and it is just built with families in mind. Very wealthy families, I might add. Now, does it offer what other SUVs currently have on the market? No, it definitely does go above and beyond at a price, of course, but is it all worth it with the bells and whistles? I want to know from you lot down in the comments, so make sure to get talking and I will meet you down there. And don't forget to hit like if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Just don't forget all these things. Don't forget. Bye.